Welcome everyone to Rising Star Action in MCS. I am your host, commentator, many things, V15. I'm joined luckily here with Stewie, my co-partner in crime for these first two matches. And I think we should have a good matchup today. Some big games, important tops. We've seen a lot of moves go around, obviously with this transaction window wrapping up here quite soon. So a lot of new look teams, some staying through the end. But I'm excited to see how these games turn out. What are you thinking, Stewie?
You said transaction window. It was a one transaction window that we had. With waivers though, it adds just more and more. But I think we had a lot of rosters make a switch. Just to, in general, give themselves a better chance to win. One of these rosters, I don't think made a switch that we're going to see in this first match. One of them, I believe, did on waivers. I don't remember, but regardless, you saw a lot of people being sent to free agency, and a lot of people being sent to other teams, just straight up 1v1 or one for one trades. So, I'm looking forward to who we got in this match. But if we could pull up the schedule, Brock, that'd be great for us to take a look at. I want to see how that's looking, but yeah, you got Inferno, Knights, Lumberjacks, Miracles, Victory, Senators, Buffalo Maulers. In this first match, you have the Green Bay Knights, who are sitting right now in a pretty good spot in fourth place. They're 5-2. Burnsville 3-4 on the other kind of spectrum of things, but they're middle of the pack. I mean, 8th is halfway down with 16 teams, so 3-4 in the season is not too shabby. But these guys have they have obviously doubleheaders again today, so they're going to get their plenty of fix-in for Rocket Leagues.
Yeah, it'll be some big matchups. I was just scrolling through the transactions, seeing what I could find. I didn't see any changes for this Burnsville side, so looks like they're sticking true, even with the 3-4 record, having confidence in that lineup. But we did see some movement with the Green Bay Knights. We obviously had Tibbles retiring and Cloudy being traded away. So a new player that we have in the lobby is Sharkbite, who was signed off of the waivers or signed in free agency. So it will be interesting to see how Sharkbite fits into this system and fits into this team. And I guess see if they can come out with some synergy, because it is quite difficult, I'd say, to be a 5-2 team and make a roster change. It could be a bit sudden.
Yeah. Sharkbite, though, Tibbles brings it up in chat. Sharkbite, I know Sharkbite from another league. Sorry, we were talking about we were about halfway through this season, but regardless, Sharkbite's gonna get the first goal, and a new addition is looking great right off the start, B, because he's got the first goal of the game. And we were talking about this new addition, how Sharkbite is a mechanical player who has a lot of mechanical skill when it comes to the game. Just needs to increase his speed with those mechanics, and he will be he'll be fine and dandy. But you got veterans on this field in S-Paves and Checker. I haven't seen much of Intellect, so I can't really comment on them. But I know Checker's going to bring it, and I know S-Paves or Sunny and Slay Panther are going to bring it too. So. We'll see what we get out of this Burnsville team, but Slay Panther is the GM for Burnsville V, so he's got a lot of responsibility here to win this match.
Yeah, it's just like putting the team on his back, keeping his lineup, having confidence in. I think this pro team looks very strong. I mean, Checker's been around for a while. Owen, I've always sung Owen's praises. I think he's a great mechanical player, but I want to see continue seeing some of these mechanics from Sharkbite, and obviously S-Baves holds down the fort quite well, along with having his own mechanics. I remember, I think the week 1 he had a great double tap play, so he can break it out when he needs to. And as far as intellect, I believe that he is their 4th round pick for Rising Star. Usually they might play Captuna Cat, so I guess they're maybe not with their starting first 3. It could be just a roster rotation, but obviously these guys all play games together and have the synergy, so it will be good to see how they're able to play. And they got off to an early lead, which is just what you want, and especially the Sharkbite kicking off his scoring campaign. But right now we've just had a lot of pressure in the midfield. Chance here for Owen, could get double tap, has no boost, follows it up for Checker. Seems like just a wide open net. Gets the touch to set up a teammate, and we're all tied up.
Simple. It's 1, 2, 3. They take the beats out of the front half of the box. Checker gets the free goal, and 1-1 tie. 2.5 to go. Still plenty of time in this game. Of course, for either team to take advantage and score a flurry of goals. We've seen that before. And Sharkbite may have an open net. Checker's going to turn it away. Slate Panther, not the best touch for the midfield. And Sonny or Mr. S-Baves will put it into that corner for Checker to turn away. It's a good touch on target. Owen going to turn it away, though. Has plenty of boost to follow up. Still's got 20 in the tank. Is going to have a touch. Oh. Gets it over Sharkbite. Sharkbite gets caught, and Owen has a free goal.
Yeah, that's what Owen's really capable of. I always think that his air control is super sound, and you see some of that there. Gets the pace. Sharkbite not really expecting that much power to go behind it, and Intellect can't catch up. So 2 on the trot now for this Burnsville side. Sorting things out, playing quite well, taking care of their chances, but this could be a bit risky as Slate Panther sends it off, goes out above the net. Intellect up now, looks for the corner, can't get a Sharkbite, can he put it away? Can't, sends it too high. Oh, that's so unfortunate. It was begging to be finished, but it just could not go in, and Burnsville dodging a bullet right there.
Good bounce, that's awkward for Checker. We'll win the 50 anyways. Sonny will be beaten out of the midfield. Owen, not the best touch. Will be bumped. Sharkbite has 1. Has 2, but it doesn't turn into anything. Intellect gets dunked by Owen. Slate Panther's there to win that 50. Owen and Slate Panther have together willed this ball into the half. And Checker again, the cleanup crew playing, how do I say, the janitor on this team, putting the ball into the back of the net. Finally beats 2 players, didn't even really beat them, just takes the open net. But 3-1 lead for Burnsville, who don't have the record advantage, but they have the advantage right now when it comes to the goal scoring.
Yeah, it feels like Checker's just playing like custom training shooting packs. His teammates are setting him up for these wide open nets, and he's doing what he's asked for. We see some more demos coming out as Sharkbite trying to open up the field of play. Intellect now sends it over the top. Looks to get a touch, can't quite get it. Sharkbite follows, trying to find a teammate. Owen intercepts this one. Checker cuts back. This goes up the edge to double commit there for Burnsville. This Intellect tries to pump this one out. Important demo from S-Baves to give us team a chance. Flicks it over the top. Anyone there to follow it up as 3 are in the air for Burnsville. It's a little bit awkward here. This ball is just floating out into the middle, but no one able to capitalize on it. It's just a few big missed touches, a few missed reads, and I mean, Burnsville is not looking for any goals here. They're just looking to close out this matchup.
30 seconds. Checker on his back line with nothing in the tank. Owen has full boost. Doesn't even take the corner. Leaves it for Checker. Slate Panther gets a clear. And Intellect forced to play across to Mr. S-Baves. Checker, though, gets the beat on the ball. Has the open shot and goes top. Upper 90. And that's going to all but seal it. Has a hat trick in game 1 and is showing his strength so far in the beginning of this series. Sharkbite tries, but just can't get there in time. And 4-1 scoreline for the Green Bay Knights. They got to come back in 15 seconds, which is completely irrelevant just at this point because Slate Panther plays to his corner, kills pretty much solid 8 seconds off that clock, game 1 is going to go to the Inferno, who are on their way to that game number 2 with a series advantage, and Checker really won that for me.
Yeah, Checker played a great all-around game. You can see his points. He's something about 660 points that game. Stepping up for the team. I mean, putting away the shots. Had the great solo goal to finish off the hat trick. And also the defense. Important cuts and rotation. Intercepting the ball where he needs to. And really didn't feel like they slowed down after they had up that first goal. They were able to generate their shots, get their chances, and yeah, really have a good showing why they wanted to keep this roster in place and keep going after it. And I'm interested to see how the Knights are looking to play. I mean, we were talking about Sharkbite's debut, and he comes out with the highest amount of points there or just about 430. So playing quite well. See if they can get the synergy down, because it looked like sometimes the Inferno were just able to capitalize on some space and some touches, and can't do that to a team as strong as this with the strength that we're seeing at Rising Star this season.
Yeah, you really can't give anybody any opportunity on open chances like that. I mean, all these players not very, it's not like they're completely perfect in their mechanics or their clean gameplay, but they're perfect on their shooting. And Sharkbite shows that right off the get-go. Finds that shot, gets that open net and hits it. And I mean, it's a free kickoff win, and as a result, you've got, another opening goal for Green Bay, but they haven't been able to do anything with it.
Oh, and right back, Burnsville answers with a kickoff of their own. A different meeting as Slave Panther takes it himself. Checker just flipping over the top. A great 50 to blow that one down. And yeah, I mean, flashbacks to last game. We're seeing an early goal from Green Bay, and Burnsville responding. Burnsville want to have this again as we see a third kickoff here. No goal coming out from this one as Slave Panther sends it up off to the left side wall. Checker could have a shot here. Sends it into the corner instead. Espave's now slowing the play down. Owen intercepts it as Intellect clears. Checker now up very early, able to take this one. Play is slowing down just a bit here as they're looking to play their touches, looking to find teammates here as Owen soars to this one, drops in the middle, and Checker's unable to finish this one. I thought that would be tucked away as he did in the previous game, but can't quite get the read here. But a lot of initiative coming through from this Inferno side. They're intercepting everything at the midfield. Nothing really being able to be cleared or offensively gained for this Green Bay side so far. It's just been the Inferno so far, and they're on their own goal line making incredible saves to stay in this one.
Still not out. They get a double committed. It's the backboard. Slave Panther is an open net. He gets the crossbar. Sharkbite backflips twice. Espaves though into that corner. Sharkbite on his back line with nothing in the tank. He's got to find a pad here or something. Only gets one. Into the midfield. Owen, good touch, but it's just a weak shot. Slave Panther follows. That one's a little bit better, and it's in the net. And finally, they capitalize on a flurry of mistakes by this Green Bay defense.
Yeah, the ball just didn't seem to leave in the middle of the net or the front of the net. It was just, waiting there, and there were many shooting chances. We already see 6 shots coming through for this Inferno side, and they're finally able to take one out. They just aren't able to clear the lines as they're needing to, and Intellect is stalled in the middle of the field. I don't know what's happening, but he is not present. So it is a 2v3 right now. We're not having any sort of remakes or any discussion. So looking for the 2 strat as Sharkbite here. Trying to get a 50. That's dangerously in front of net. Checker sends it up top. Down in the middle, double commit there from the Green Bay, and that is not what you want to see, especially when you're in a 2 situation. Having a double commit and getting beaten out is not ideal, and yeah, this is something that I'm not familiar with in my MCS career.
Is he okay? He's back. He's playing now. He ran back to his setup. He's here, but I don't know if he ordered a pizza or something. He went to grab the pizza and realized that He had to have ordered a pizza or something, to tide himself over while he's playing this incredible MCS matchup, because this is like, it's sweatier than ever. I mean, you need, how do I say this correctly? You need the fuel to get through the matchup, and the only way you do that is if you order a pizza, and you eat the pizza while you play, and you wait for the pizza to show up, and you're playing your match, and the pizza driver just hops in for a game or two, game 2 maybe, game 3, probably game 3. Wouldn't be surprised. It's a double on the side ball from Owen. His touch is good, and he increases that Burnsville lead to 3 goals, as that is a great read, and Sonny was not expecting it.
That was insane. I mean, I saw a glimpse of this last season when he was on St. Paul, and I've been a big fan of Owen. I think his skill is impressive, and we've seen there with that nice glancing touch, and seeing a similar scoreline as last time. I don't know how that didn't go in. I think S-Baves saved that off the line and onto the post. I don't know quite what's going on. He's looking for redemption as he gets the touch. Owen clears it out. Sharp bite now, centering into the middle. Slave Panther beating this one out. Owen's now just up in the air again. Can he drop this one down? He's just in his bag. Owen is going insane. And it's 5 unanswered.
For the goal from Owen. We don't get to see his POV on the shot. We get to see S-Baves as he watches Owen hit the ball into his net, but Owen has gone crazy here in game 2. It increases the lead to 4 goals. Burnsville looking unstoppable right now. Great save from Checker too on the goal line. So V, I'm sorry, Owen, I was not familiar with your game. He's just cooking right now. Gets another 50 in front of the net. Intellect with 82 big ones in this game, so you're going to need a little bit more out of the Green Bay Knights, and as I say that, nearly wins a good 50. Slave Panther in a midfield, trying to find Checker on the passing play, but 4-goal lead. Still intact for the Inferno. Shark bite. Good touch to his side. Well, he's the only one who's found a goal here in this second game for, of course, the Knights, and the only one who's, believe, has found a goal in the series for the Knights, so you're gonna want some more offensive output. I can't be coming from your new pickup right away. I mean, he is filling the role and doing his best, V, but you need to have, of course, the veterans step up, right? As I say that, S-Baves bar down, 39 seconds, they're down by 3.
Yeah, there's plenty of time here to try to make a turnaround to this matchup, and if not, just carry some momentum. It's a great touch out in front by S-Baves there. But yeah, and we saw before that goal from S-Baves, 2 goals in 2 games for Sharkbite, and that's it. And he's gonna make it 3, his second kickoff goal of the game. And I mean, this is just what they need. I mean, it seemed doubtful at the start of this kickoff, but now 2 goals in 40 seconds is definitely attainable for this Green Bay team.
And so now you have got, I guess you could say you have got a interesting situation for Burnsville to be in. They were up by 4, 5-1. Now it's 5-3 after back-to-back goals, and I just cursed it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Checkers gets his second. I'm sorry. It is back to a 3-goal lead, and it's even harder now for them to come back. I don't see Green Bay coming back.
Yeah, I'm a fan of their kickoffs, but I don't think they'll be getting 3 in a row. I think there'll be a lot more focus here from Inferno. This ball is in a dangerous location. Owen clears this one out. Pinches out to the middle. Slave Panther doesn't go get the read. Neither does Shark Bite. And as time ticks down, it's looking like a 2-0 lead for the Burnsville Inferno. It seems like just all their touches, they're just outpacing everything in the air, and Slave Panther will get his. He's snagging the MVP with that goal, looking to wrap this one up. I mean, it's been all offense these 2 games so far, not much defense coming through, but that's the best way to kick off a stream day. You want to see a lot of goals and a lot of action.
I mean, there's 10 goals in this one. There's plenty of demos going around too, but this ball is going to hit the ground. We're going to a game 3 with the Inferno, who put up quite a bit of goals here so far in this series, up 2-0. And they look good. so far for this series to take it home, V, but they are going to, hopefully continue the train, because the train right now is on the tracks and it is rolling through Green Bay. The Cheeseheads can't really do much right now to slow down the Inferno, who look very, very good so far. I mean, 7 goals in just game 2 is just good, but I'm still looking for somebody to play a little bit of defense here.
Yeah, and we saw 14 shots from the Inferno, so, I mean, 50% shooting percentage is quite strong, and it just seems they're not really contested shots. It's a lot of open net chances, and I mean, not to put aside the insane mechanics we saw from Owen for his 2 goals, but we really want to see some more challenges on some of these shots. I mean, the Knights themselves, to give them credit, they did have 8 shots that game, so they are generating chances. They just need to solidify their defense, solidify potentially the midfield play, make sure that they can put a stop to this rampaging Inferno offense. And I might find it hard to do so, especially with a newer lineup. But we'll see. Heading into this game 3, it'll be important to see a turnaround. We always look for reverse sweeps. It always tends to happen on our stream games. But I want to see what Green Bay will come out with in the locker. What can they look to switch up and do? Owen, I don't know if you predicted it. I don't know if you read it, but it just fell right into his lap there. And an early goal, not what you want to see for a Green Bay fan there.
He reverse flips into this? I don't even think he needs to flip into this. I actually think he does need to flip, but he can just flip forward if he does that. But I think he was banking on that Knight player hitting the ball. They don't make any contact on it. And Owen, the good start here, nearly catches Green Bay out again, and Green Bay look lost right now, stuck in their half. You get the demo if you're Owen, you delete Sharkbite off the field. Now you got Sharkbite spawning in front of Intellect. This is just a mess for the Green Bay Knights to start off. They played a good series, but the Inferno have just been better so far. I mean, that second game was a step up from the Knights. I mean, they still lose it by 4 goals, but it was a step up. I mean, they put up 3 on the board compared to the 1 that they had at the beginning. So, I mean, Owen is firing on all cylinders right now. This kid cannot be stopped with the ball. Slate Panther demos, Sharkbite, and the Knights just get caught on their goal line, V. They're wondering how in the world do we stop this Inferno offense?
It's just so much pace, the speed of play. I mean, Slate Panther just 1v3ing there, and S-Waves is just hanging out on the front post, and you just can't quite get into position to take that one out. I mean, Owen's going for the tightest angle from the front post that took away shots, and they're really going for anything and everything, and it tends to be working out. Slate Panther there getting the read. This one kicks out in the middle. Intellect can't get the read on it. As this one pops out, Checker paid for his touch. That is a confident lead by Sharkbite. Slate Panther now up in the air. Can't quite get to it. Look at this room here. This ball is just bouncing out. Double commit from Green Bay. It's going to be tough for the Owen with no boost. Can they capitalize on this one? And they can't. Checker's there to take it over, and that they got to start getting some of those chances put in the back of the net, or else it's be bad news to kick off the night.
Yeah, you can't let those go by the wayside. That was a free shot for Sharkbite. If he hits it to the, with any pace or any power up higher a little bit, he makes it harder on Checker to read the ball. But Checker plays simple and safe and just turns it away because it's not a hard shot on him to deal with. So if you are Checker, you take those all day long. If you're the Inferno, you want those to happen. But now a good touch from Espace off that backboard, though. Sharkbite wasn't ready for it. And good touch to the corner, but it seems like Green Bay is just not ready for a lot of the touches that Burnsville are getting or not even going for. So great infield. Upper 90 Owen off the feed from Checker. These two have been lighting up this net all night long, and it continues.
Yeah, this is just such strong play. I mean, we're talking about referencing last night. If anyone missed out on the overtime stream, we didn't get much Rising Star statements. I will say, I think Owen is easily a top 3 player in Rising Star.
I agree. I agree with that.
I mean, you're seeing this. You could contend, maybe this Green Bay team doesn't have the strongest lineup if Intellect is subbing in for someone, but I mean, it's an all-encompassing showing from him, and it's incredibly consistent. He's moving the ball around. It's not just a solo play style. It's really everything. And he's looking to solidify my statement by trying to get that one tucked away, but can't quite do so. And I can see now, I had some doubts going into this week, seeing a 3-4 team not making any adjustments, and I'm trusting the leadership of Slave Panther immensely now, as they're looking just completely dominant in this game 3.
They don't look like they need any fixes. I think it's all mental. It's all what do we need to change about our gameplay? We know we have the talent. We know what we got to do. It just comes down to the small intangibles, and sometimes those small intangibles can make a giant difference, and they are today. I mean, like you said, you're not playing a Green Bay team that has their full roster, so I guess you can say that, but they're winning this series off of sheer control. I mean, just the offensive control of their cars that they've had so far has been great, but they've done a good job of capitalizing off of Green Bay mistakes. They haven't really allowed them to get away with anything. So if you're Green Bay, you got to give it your all for a minute and wonder what you're going to do to get back into this. But I like what you said about Rising Star. We didn't give them too much love last night, and I kind of wish we would have, but Quick and I have a plan for that. So look out for when that overtime is a clan. No. Look out for when that plan comes to fruition, because it will. And if you're a Rising Star fan, you'll love that. But great save from Sharkbite. Sonny gonna turn it to the corner. Sharkbite will collect. No, won't get by Checker and Owen, who look to hold the midfield line and hold this series down, and kick off the night with a clean sweep of the Green Bay Knights, who still will, even after this, will be 5-3. But the important thing, V, we've been talking about it all season long. You don't get any points if you lose, but Sharkbite wants to give them a chance with 21 seconds.
Yeah, and I guess there could be a chance here. We've seen some kickoff goals succeeding for the Green Bay team, so this could give them hope here, but just want to see if they can. We talk about momentum from game 2 into game 3. It could, at this rate, be game 3 into the next series, but it is tough. It is a change that is made. I think it will be interesting to see how these teams, it requires a lot of ice, a lot of finishing, as Slave Panther tucks that one away, as you don't really get much for the matchup. There's the ice, more of the icing there, as this will wrap this one for the Inferno. But yeah, it's only 5 points each time you win and none for a loss, even if you go game 5, even if you get swept. So in that way, it could be beneficial for Green Bay if they feel like they could get a lot more. The kickoffs of the Green Bay are the strongest point. They've scored like 4 or 5 off the straight kickoff, so I guess the more goals that go in, the better off they are.
And the more time they're killing. I mean, appreciate it, guys, for keeping us somewhat on track, but we are ahead, about 10 minutes ahead as a result. So yeah, if you're the Inferno, you take this win with obviously love, but if you're the Knights, you go back to the drawing board for your second match, because you're going to have your second match, but it was a clean sweep 3-0, and it was a good one. We saw a offensive juggernaut being born today at V, and I don't think they were being born. I think they were being, how do you say, they came together, V. They finally, became their final form. They evolved, is what they did. But yeah, it was a good series, and I'm looking forward to seeing them again.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how this lineup matches up. I was just checking to see some of their future opponents, previous opponents, see how they match up. I see Burnsville had a forfeit at one point, so potentially their record is not as applicable as it may be. But I will say, checking the roster and seeing what's ahead of us, this Burnsville side is playing the ever so strong Hibbing Rangers next week at 6, and that is going to be a
good one
showdown.
But they also play today. I'm pretty sure they play.
Yeah, up next actually we
have they play the
Burnsville over St. Cloud, which in itself is also going to be a really good matchup, because St. Cloud are 6-1 and are a very, very strong team. and are showing what they can bring. That is the T-Jax, CT Niflak, and AK team. So
a pump fake for you guys. We 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 were talking Bemidji and Minneapolis, but I was misinformed, unfortunately. But regardless, you got Burnsville again. They were playing back to back on stream. They're playing both their matches on stream, so we don't got to change much there. Makes it easier, V. But we're looking at St. Cloud. They're 6-1 on the season. They're going to have a tough outing here against the Inferno, who we just saw dominate Green Bay, who whatever if they don't have their full roster, but they still dominated and they still showed their offensive talent. So we're gonna have that for you in just a bit. We'll have Burnsville versus St. Cloud. It should be a good one. We're looking forward to it, and we'll see you at 6:45.
This feels a little too perfect how we are now. You think I throw a little caution, but I don't want this to change. Been waiting too long for a moment like this. Said that you won't leave, better off with me. The kind of feeling I can't explain. Like how it feels drenched in the moonlight. Like how it feels under the stars. A step out of bounds with our own plight. A push towards the peace in the hearts. If it rains down all on us, drown out the noise, and I'll trust the mirror, mirror on the wall. Is it fair to watch me fall, broken up in pieces? Can you see me bleeding? Mirror, mirror, tell me please, if these broken memories are enough to break free. Will it fix us slowly? Each day I'm moving along with what fits best for taking me forward and back. It all I know still leads right through to the start of the end, where the past can't chase us. You should stay for a while, disregard all the miles. If it's you and I will be okay. Like how it feels drenched in the moonlight. Like how it feels under the stars. A step out of bounds with our own plight. A push towards the peace in the hearts. If it rains down all on us, drown out the noise, and I'll trust the mirror, mirror on the wall. Is it fair to watch me fall, broken up in pieces? Can you see me bleeding? Mirror, mirror, tell me please, if these broken memories are enough to break free. Will it fix us slowly? Will it fix us? Mirror, mirror on the wall. Is it fair to watch me fall, broken up in pieces? Can you see me bleeding? Mirror, mirror, tell me please, if these broken memories are enough to break free. Will it fix us slowly? Mirror, mirror on the wall. Is it fair to watch me fall, broken up in pieces? Can you see me bleeding? Mirror, mirror, tell me please, if these broken
moment, my fate written, I'm chosen. Other spirits fall, but mine has ceased to be broken. You stripping down my pride, but time my only opponent. And lately I abide, but limitless I've awoken. So let me show you that everything I sacrificed mattered. All that blood, sweat, tears that I scattered. All that fake talk, fear that you splattered. Push me to right here, a new chapter.
Here now, waiting for the flag to fall. Here now, cutting through the rolling fog. You know you need it. It's so close, I feel it. Here now, this is the moment.
One too many times, the shots that y'all are taking. One too many times that I've been stuck patient on my downfall. Antidote seeking while I was vacant, but the crown falls simply to those who try to take it. One shot to get two paid, and my three wet like lemonade. 4 times and I step back just to reload and I let it spray. This is everything that I need, everything that I wanted, everything that I bleed. This is victory and I got it, cause I'm
Here now, waiting for the flag to fall.
waiting.
Here now, cutting through the rolling fog. You know you need it. It's so close, I feel it. Here now, this is the moment.
right here, right now, right now.
Here now, waiting for the curtain call. Here now, this is the moment. Picture this. It's a long way to the ground, all alone. Guess we played for what's been found. Different sides, but you know which one you're on. It's a ploy, it means nothing when you're gone. Don't blame me, my own sick grief, just not today.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to some more MCS Rocket League action. We're actually back before Soon has gone over, V, for a solid 8 minutes. I mean, it's crazy to think about. We're here for we're here for some more MCS action, but we didn't wait too long, V. So it's a good thing. But how you doing? We just watched Burnsville dominate. We get to watch them again. They play St. Cloud. Should be a good one.
I know. I'm very excited for this matchup. I enjoyed what I saw from Burnsville, and they're keeping us on time by sweeping the competition. So it's very beneficial. Plus, also, I did a little bit of sleuthing, as I do, and I hunted around on ball chasing to see what happened between St. Cloud and Mankato, the big matchup between the 6-1 St. Cloud and Mankato at 5-2. And unofficially, because no one uploaded anything, but I believe Mankato won 3-1. So St. Cloud drops to 6-2. So it's potential that we see a really hot Burnsville team could really press the issue against the St. Cloud squad, who's coming off of a lost series, obviously against some tough competition. But it should be two teams that are really looking to get a big result here, because it could mean a lot to how the standings peel out at the end of the day.
Indeed, and we've got a couple more actions or a couple more matches. Sorry, I can't speak. We got a couple more matches for you. Of course, those being obviously this one, and then coming up after, you get the Brainerd Victory and the St. Paul Senators, and then the Omaha Buffalo taking on the Bloomington Maulers. So couple of great matches, should be a blast. But I'm looking forward to this one. And my prediction is honestly, how do I put this? I'm gonna go with the Inferno. I feel like the pace at which they were playing is gonna really propel them forward, and then I think that this is gonna be their series to win.
Yeah, I'm thinking for myself, I think I might also go for Burnsville, just from what we saw previously, but I think it's going to have to go to 5 games, because I'm believing that, knowing how strong that Mankato Atlas team is, and St. Cloud fighting them very evenly in their matchup, I think they might be also firing on their cylinders, and Burnsville maybe didn't play the strongest Green Bay side, so I think potentially in this matchup, I think this game one could lead the St. Cloud Flyers side, but seeing how successful this Inferno team is, I think they pull it out in the end.
I agree. And now looking at this, you have got two teams that both have already played tonight, right, V? Because that matchup, that Mankato matchup, was before this. Was it on at 6? So, yeah, okay. So, St. Cloud's already played. Burnsville just played. So, both of these teams really coming out hot right away. But both of them really powerhouses when it comes to offense. But CT Nivlak, a player to watch. Also, T-Jack, a player to watch. Honestly, you're looking at two teams who, really, for me, overall, are just powerhouses in Rising Star, V. So you're going to see some good gameplay, some good team plays, but we'll see who comes out better. And I got a feeling we're going to see Burnsville take it to St. Cloud here if St. Cloud is coming off a loss.
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember off the top of my head how many goals their average goals per game were, but it was something astronomical for the Inferno. So I'm interested to see how the defense comes through for St. Cloud and for Burnsville, if this one would be a bit of a midfield struggle as we've seen so far. And I mean, you mentioned it's the midway point of the season, and I think this matchup might be something we'll see in the future, whether it be in any sort of majors or play-ins potential. So I'm interested to see how these two teams can face off. As Checker centers it beautifully, Owen can't go get the finish, and a commit there from Slay Panther, but double commit on the Flyers side slows down this offense. CT Nivak drops it down to AK, trying to find a teammate out into the middle. Doesn't quite find it. Slave Panther now backflips, fakes a player out, but T-Jack cleans this one up and sends it down into their attacking half.
Nobody scored just yet. So we're 2 minutes into this game and nobody has found the back of the net. Owen, touch on target. CT Nivlak gonna turn it away. Finds T-Jack on the wing. Doesn't mind anything though. Owen goes right away. Beats out that player. CTN was not really ready for that touch to come out. AK gonna drive by the ball. T-Jack midfield. Slate Panther can't find it. AK into that corner. Tries to find one more, but gonna require his teammates to do so. Checker not the best touch forward. Owen still works with it, but doesn't find any good pass across the field. So another consistent play that Burnsville's tried to put together that they haven't found a clean shot on yet. And nearly a clean shot for St. Cloud. AK wins back-to-back 50s. Looks to get another one. Owen, though, past one. Has a 1v1 with T-Jack. T-Jack, bails his team out on the goal line and puts it on off target, off that post. Nearly own goals it. AK, good cutoff on Slay Panther. No team has scored yet, and I think it's because both of these teams have a little bit better defense than what we've seen so far tonight.
Yeah, I thought that was for sure going into the back post, but T-Jack pushes it onto the post there. Slay Panther now trying to take over. Owen gets down with Checker now. Doesn't quite get the read as AK trying to get a clear out towards the middle. T-Jack intercepted by Owen now. Pops it up, takes the space well, dunked by CT Nivlak, but Checker's there to follow it up. Looking to get a positive 50, bounces out into the middle. AK's on this one awkwardly, but has low boost. Owen now jumping, intercepted by CT Nivlak. I do agree, the defense is much stronger in this matchup. There's really no free hits coming through. Everything is contested, everything is 50'd, and it's not just two equal teams playing. And the easiest way to get rid of a 50 is just get them off the pitch. AK clearing a player out, CT Nivlak getting a player out, and Owen as well, just going through the whole rungs of the Burnsville Inferno side. And trying to find the chance here, but even with all these demos and all this this midfield play, still not seeing as much offense for this Flyer side as they only have one shot so far, already 4 minutes plus into the game.
DT, good dunk. Gets into that corner. Slay Panther, though, takes it away from that St. Cloud offensive player. T-Jack doesn't get the best touch out. Owen finds it, tries to catch it. AK, though, has been so strong on the 50s. Gets a beat on Checker on the back line. Owen, good touch past one. Owen, though, going to be run into by that player on the side of the St. Paul Senators and St. Cloud Flyers. I always get them mixed up. Regardless, they're good. So Senators last season were good, but you've got some good action so far. Nobody again finding the back of the net, so we're looking at an overtime, and the series can be over quickly if it's a clean 3 games of overtimes. But Slay Panther with not a lot of time left. Checker has the shot. T-Jack was last back. It bounced with 0 seconds, but T-Jack doesn't get any. Has no one, unfortunately, to follow up from the Inferno, who gave the Flyers a scare on that back line. But we talked about the Flyers' record. They have won quite a bit of games so far in this season. And obviously with the doubleheaders, we were going to end off with, about, 16, 17 matches played? Something like that. A little bit more than what we've seen in previous seasons. So, you're going to have plenty of opportunities. T-Jack, that's an unfortunate bounce. But T-Jack wins it in overtime as a 50-50 is going to go his way. Checker was bumped. Owen got there, got the 50-50, but it kicks Owen in the backside and goes into his own net.
Owen almost pulling the same thing that T-Jack did, saving it onto the post, but just can't quite get it. Actually does save it on the post, but follows through. It's an unfortunate way to end it if you're an Inferno fan, but the Flyers stuck to it. Some strong defensive plays, some chances there for the Inferno to take it away, especially with 2 seconds left, but T-Jack, they held strong, the Flyers side coming through. And we mentioned all these matches that are being played, and this Flyers side, if anyone didn't know, before losing earlier today, they've won 6 straight matches. They lost in the first week to Brainerd, and then they just went on an absolute tear. So It'll be interesting to see how this team responds to losing in the 6 p.m. game, because if they're able to really just dial in and focus, have confidence in their play, then they can come through and really stomp the series, trusting their ability. But there's always that chance that you could doubt, you think you're not as, it's a bit more of a challenge to come through. But it looks like the Flyers side right now, they're holding steady, a little bit fragile.
Oh, big dunk.
As you see a dunk over the
Whoa.
top. Can't quite get it. Whoa, dangerous touch from Owen there. AK,
What in the world?
What a play.
I think Owen was helping out his fellow St. Cloud members, giving them the ball. Even CT Head's reaction in the cams, he's like, what is Owen doing? He doesn't play for us. Oh, man. Regardless, great play, though, to finish it off. Now CTN again. Checker bails out the Inferno on the goal line, but the Inferno down by 1 now, and in the series down by 1. And it's kind of flipped on its head a little bit since that Green Bay matchup, but Owen's still looking to press. Good touch from T-Jack over the top. What does he have? Into that corner. Doesn't follow any boost. We'll steal the corner. Checker 50s CTN gets it by AK. Won't have to give it up at all as T-Jack takes it away. Slate Panther, good fake underneath. Gets a reset. Tries to follow up into a flip. Good play. A great idea, but execution just not there as the defense was just a little bit better. T-Jack, big miss. Obviously a part of the former Boosty Boys, who unfortunately split up this season. Does not have any Boosty Boys helping him out. But I mean, there is Sonny Espaves and of course, there's the third Boosty Boy? Ryu, or not Ryu? What am I saying? Chobro. Oh yeah.
Yes,
Why am I so lost here? But I mean, regardless, you've got those Boosty Boys last season under Hibbing. Now T-Jack under St. Cloud. I'm pretty sure T-Jack has been under St. Cloud before. But 3:07 to go in game number 2. You missed Burnsville Inferno destroying the Green Bay Knights in the first match. If you're just joining us, but if you're joining us now, you are getting to see a very close matchup between two of the best in Rising Star.
Yeah, it's a big competitive matchup, and it kind of shows. It feels like some soccer viewing. We're not seeing the explosiveness, all these goals that we saw in the previous series, but all the touches are just so consistent from both these teams. I guess aside from Owen's little setup mishap at the start of this game, but every touch is being capitalized on that is weaker. The players are contesting everything. They're looking for the teammates. As we see there, T-Jack trying to find the return pass to AK. It's really fluid, strong Rocket League coming out from these two, and it's hard to separate them. And this is the one where it does feel sad that you don't get any points if you don't take, regardless of how many games you take, because both the teams are incredibly evenly matched. So they'll play even harder here. But 2 minutes to go. Inferno are looking to press the issue, but haven't quite challenged the net as much as they need to here after letting up an early goal. Checkered there to commit. That's the third man commit. Can Aquay take this one away?
Oh.
And tops it over the top and doubling the advantage for the Flyers side.
I got a little bit scary there for a second. Checker, big miss. Looked great in that first series, but just ever since has not kept it up. And I mean, you see the laughing from the three on the side of the Flyers. They're happy to be here, happy that they're up, looking for a 2-0 lead in this series so far. They've looked good, but Burnsville, something still left to be desired since that first series. They are getting hit with a gut punch right now. St. Cloud coming out good, structured, quick, and hard to dethrone. But I mean, they've already lost once, and I don't know how that series went down. V, if they won the first game or not. I didn't look at the ball chasing for it, so no idea what the score line was as far as who won what game, but it was a four game set. And I know Mankato is a good Rising Star team, but Burnsville just not matching the task right now if you're trying to take down the St. Cloud Flyers.
Yeah, the Flyers are just coming out. I believe St. Cloud lost game 2 in that matchup. Don't quote me on that one, but it is showing because we're seeing a really strong performance by the St. Cloud side. It makes you wonder, what is this? What is the Atlas side cooking up there? Going into this, honestly, my opinion of Rising Star in the previous weeks has just been, can anyone stop Hibbing? Because it's felt like Hibbing has been just so dominant with their, I think they only dropped 2 games in the first 3 weeks or so. But now we're seeing the competition rise to the top, some of this separation that happens as we hit the midpoint. And it's looking like this Flyers side, we've seen signs from this Inferno team and a sneaky Mankato team in the lurking in the behind Hibbing side. So some tough matchups here as Slay Panther will get one for the road for this Burnsville Inferno side. Look
1
to carry
second.
some momentum, but yeah, we saw plenty of kickoff goals in the last matchup, so maybe they picked something up from the Green Bay Knights.
Well, and there's the classic Cersero with I don't remember who it was. I don't know if it was UV or somebody on maybe JTV of Fargo in their challenger match, going absolutely crazy with kickoff goals. But that touch is not great from Slay Panther or Owen, excuse me. And T-Jack gonna knock it down to the ground. 2-0 Flyers, and they have looked in control of this series so far. We're gonna jump over to DFH Stadium for Game 3. No idea what was Atlas cooking on that series, because they took it home and beat the St. Cloud Flyers. But St. Cloud returning to form, I think. AK though with a good game, 1-for-1, an assist and 2 saves.
Yeah, well-rounded performance, and I like that bump play that AK had in the first goal. I thought he was completely just missing the ball, but left it for T-Jack. So it feels like the comms are there, the morale is there. I don't think there's any feelings if they're all like laughing and enjoying playing this matchup. I think that's a good sign for the Flyers side, that they're not feeling the pressure that they need to get a 1-1 this week, and I think that's the right way to go about it. And it'll be interesting to see how this Inferno side can respond, because they came out and they looked absolutely dominant in that first series. They just looked unstoppable, and now they're coming up against probably a tougher opponent, definitely a tougher opponent, and they need to reverse sweep them if they're looking to pull it off. But seeing the success that we've seen, seeing what the capabilities we've seen so far, I think they do have the chance to turn it up.
Oh, indeed. And so appreciate that, Brock. Thank you for the information. But regardless, overall, you have got a St. Cloud team that has won back-to-back games by 1 goal. So this has not been a dominant series from St. Cloud. They have, believe me, the Flyers have. I mean, it's been a tough battle for them to beat this Inferno team. 1-0 in the first game. It was an overtime. The second game, a 2-1 scoreline. Is another 1-goal game. So look for that to be the same in this third game. Excuse me, unless the Inferno finds something magical. But overall, it's looked good for the Inferno so far, as they get a free shot. Checker back post tries to find the pick. Infield pass from Owen to Slay Panther. Another infield pass from Owen finds Checker. The shot though is weak. Surely St. Cloud turn this away. They do. They double commit to do it. But big 50 win from CT Nivlak. Slay Panther trying to find Checker. Checker good bump, but AK was sitting in the way, and Slay Panther not finding much. But Owen for me has been the difference. Was the difference in the first series, but has not played with that same fire in this second series. Inferno's offense is struggling. Slay Panther doing everything he can, but they aren't getting the same clean beats on the ball, the same clean backboard touches, as AK just can't avoid the ball at this point. Slay Panther tries to pitch it. Huge save from T-Jack on his goal line, but still in the Inferno score, and that's a big one because they scored first.
Yeah, that's just what they needed there. They had a run of chances. The defense coming through this far side. I mean, we're not even 2 minutes into this game, and the Inferno already have 9 shots. They have just been completely pressing the issue, but the defense is just coming through. I would say T-Jack easily one of the best defensive players in Rising Star, and is holding true to that. And I agree with what you mentioned before about we haven't really seen as much from Owen. And I think just the space, the closing down, all these 50s, all these touches, he doesn't have as much freedom to do with what he wants as he had in that Green Bay series, and it's suffocating it out. But they're still generating chances, still causing some chaos there on the goal line, and interested to see how they can turn this one. Look if they can get some wins on the board, but the Flyers will want to close this one out in this game 3. You don't give a chance for the Inferno to heat up. This one's sent off to the left side, popped out into the middle. Owen now, low boost, sends it up into the upper corner. Panthers looking for a team in the middle, ends up finding T-Jack. Dangerous ball out into the middle, and Owen up to contest. They'll like to keep this ball out into the middle of the play, but we've seen it in the previous game where we've seen some missed touches, some missed reads, really come and kill this Burnsville side. So they'll need to stay locked in, have consistent touches, and potentially hold on to this all-important Game 3 win.
Great pass. Owen finds Checker. Shots on target. CT Nivlak was not expecting it. Thought that Slave Panther was going to take that shot. Instead, Checker takes it. Slave Panther just fakes it, tees up Checker on a shot, and I think CTN was expecting something different. 2-0 lead for the Inferno. Minute 55 in Game 3. Looking to come back, V, and they're well on their way, but players kind of secretly mechanical is CTN. He's tough to stop when he has the ball in full possession, but demoed on the back line is AK. Finds T-Jack. Good drop down pass. AK has the shot. Double commit from the Inferno. So they can't clear their line just yet. Owen, though, good flick. Tries to get over top of CTN as he puts the ball into a playable position for his teammates. And that's what St. Cloud does so well. They do well is also is bumping. AK removes that defender on the back line. It was Owen. He gets deleted. Doesn't even get deleted. He gets bumped to the backboard, and T-Jack has a free open shot.
Oh, what a bump. That is just so well done to clear him out, clear Owen out. Don't give him even a chance to save that one. But a great follow-up there from T-Jack to put it away, but let me see a chance here. Owen plays it slow, looks out into the middle. No one following up here. AK now up into there, gets the touch. This bounces past Slave Panther. Could be a chance. No one's following it up for the Flyers. They're looking for these cross-field touches. They're going to drop it off, get it around in front of play as Slave Panthers drop this one back to Owen. Need to get an important touch here. Clean 50 for CTN. It's bounced out into the middle. No one's touching this ball. It's just bouncing out into the middle. AK trying to find a teammate. It's just the reads aren't coming through from either side. This ball is just bouncing out into the middle. There could be a chance here. Again for the Flyers. It feels like Inferno are just trying to hang on and get what they can out of this. Checker hits out into the middle again dangerously as T-Jack takes it over. Slave Panther dropping it down. Good follow-up from Checker, intercepting in front of the Flyers player, making sure they don't have a free shot. But now AK catches it, bounces out into the middle. T-Jack looking for a teammate. All important demo there from Owen to slow them down. Take away the shooter. T-Jack on his own, trying to take this towards the net, and it goes in off the back post. What a take from T-Jack. Tucks it away, and we have a tie game.
Just gets that last touch over Slave Panther. Owen does everything he can to hit the ball away. Can't do it. 6 seconds left. They wait 54 seconds. Too long, and big miss though from AK. Owen to the top corner. Slave Panther squanders the shot, and we go to overtime. That was a big chance for the Inferno to get one back, but CT Nivlak on the ball. I said he was secretly mechanical. Gets under one, but the 50 doesn't go his way. T-Jack into the midfield. Owen is awkward. He hits his own backboard. AK backflips, and Slave Panther turns it away. Defense for the Inferno holding up for now, but it's Slave Panther who's been at the forefront of turning the ball away from the front of their net, and T-Jack forced to recollect here. AK doesn't have a great touch into that corner. Checker won't do much with the ball. Will have it taken away. T-Jack, good clear downfield. He's stepped up. The captain for this CTN, I believe, but one of the two are the captains. They're both so similar when it comes to their skill level, but both of them bring so much to this St. Cloud roster. It's the reason why they really for this season have been so good and so clear cut. And you can't forget about AK has stepped up in every aspect in this series, in this game 3 especially, but minute into OT, Checker tees up Slay Panther on an air dribble, but turned away by T-Jack again, and St. Cloud's defense stepping up.
Yeah, St. Cloud are an incredibly well-rounded team. Saw AK with the MVP in Game 2. So whenever someone needs to turn up in a matchup that we've seen so far, it's been T-Jack according to the scoreboard, but want to see if the Inferno can continue this series, continue the action. T-Jack's into the corner, gets a second tuck. Can we get a read on this? What a touch! There's a follow-up play and a rebound Checker. I cannot believe coming back from the inside and turns it around off that back post. I don't know how that didn't go in, but the pressure's not over just yet. Important pop from Owen there, trying to generate the offense. Slay Panther off the corner. Owen looking for the shot. This bounces out dangerously. Checker committing his third, able to get this 50 out, but now a clean win from CT Nivlak. Could be a 2v1 situation. There's a bump here. T-Jack dodges it, jumps early. Another bump chance, no one there. Owen needs to get this one out and away from the net, and sends across from Checker. Oh, there's a risky commits coming through, but they're coming off for the Inferno, for the Flyers. No goals yet as we head past 2 minutes in this OT.
Jack, can he do it again? Drops it down. AK was not ready. Slay Panther was. Lands in the way. Demos CT Nivlak on that back line. T-Jack tries to bump Owen. Owen, though, avoids it. Finds Checker on outlet. Checker, though, doesn't make contact on the ball. AK is awkward as a result. Nobody from St. Cloud is ready. Slay Panther will get the beat. AK tries to find T-Jack in the midfield and does. T-Jack, though, awkward. 50-50s it right into his own nets. We go to a game 4. Owen steps up, wins the 50, and wins it for the Inferno.
Wow, we saw before any goals had gone in, Owen hit the crossbar on in front of the net 50, potentially over T-Jack, and this time it pays off after a long overtime. Getting his team onto the win column for this matchup, for this series, all important. I mean, what a showing there. Owen coming through with 8 shots, bringing the offense, generating the teams and getting the all-important dunk there, and some strong defense as well. I mean, that save on the back post to keep us going, incredible play, and even the follow-up afterwards, Checker clearing it out left. So really all-around great performance from this Inferno side, switching the narrative that we've seen so far, because it's really felt like it's been the Flyers these previous 2 games.
I mean, it's been the war of attrition. it's been who wants it more? 3 1-goal games in a row. It's been really the who wants to put in the nail in the proverbial coffin. Obviously, in the last game, you saw the Inferno do that. In the first 2 games, you saw the Flyers do that. And one more game will force a game 5. And a possibility for a reverse sweep against a team that has already lost tonight. If the Inferno pull this off, I mean, they already have the pressure. St. Cloud already on the back foot, looking for boost in their corners. It's being stolen away by this Burnsville team. That is right back to Checker, who had a free shot, but falling on the ball was AK, who made a very important 50-50. Checker maybe caught T-Jack out here. He did on the dunk. It goes off the backboard. Slay Panther's shot is wide. Won't get anything on it just yet. And Owen into that midfield. CTN will be dunked by Owen. And Checker, though, will be deleted in the middle of the field. A sigh of relief for St. Cloud fans as they have a counterattack now and an open net, but a block from Owen will turn it away. Nobody scoring in the first 60 seconds, but plenty of chances. And if the Inferno pull this off, it would be a heartbreaking defeat for the Flyers, who are down 1.
Oh, another ball that just seems to hang out in front of their net. This time it's CT Nivlak trying to take the touch across the net, and Checker's there to capitalize on it. It just feels like the chances are being given to them, and they're capitalizing so well. And you really can't see these St. Cloud Flyers just give the options, because when goals are like this, not the most high-scoring matchups that we've seen so far. So we've seen some strong defense. You need to value every goal that you're able to put away, and St. Cloud is looking to regain here as T-Jack gets a nice double touch there, and a great shot from AK. We're talking about regaining. There it is. A great pass setup from T-Jack, and AK in the perfect place to slot it home.
Beats Owen to this ball. I think, no, Owen actually missed. Owen was playing a quicker shot from AK. Great shot, though. Follow up from T-Jack's infield pass. Plenty of time. We're tied at 1. Slate Panther wins the kickoff into the corner. Owen, we're going to touch on the ball, though. Big miss. It's going to go off the backboard. Awkward for Slate Panther, who misses. Follow up from AK is a miss. No team really want to make contact on the ball right now. 50-50 for T-Jack to, try and get a shot off, but can't work his way through. You see him stealing all the mid boost from anybody on the Inferno to even have a chance at getting the ball. Checker, big miss, 50-50 from CTN, goes all the way back into his half. Steals the mid boost. St. Cloud winning the boost battle so far. Owen caught out. CTN's awkward. That's just gonna float in, and AK has his second.
Oh, AK showing up this game. Not quite the best read there from Checker, and Owen trying to get a touch on it, potentially looking to block CT Nivlak's first touch, and the momentum is too much as it follows its way into the net. And a turnaround from this Flyer side. The Inferno, who started off with all of this pressure now, feels like the Flyers sort of settling down here in this game 4. Want to see some more action here. CT Nivlak takes it around 2. Could follow this one as full boost. AK is looking for a bump on the back line. Can't quite find it. This one pitches to the net, and it's just in. Oh, it's just going St. Cloud's way. What a 50 there, and continuing their advantage, doubling up on it on this all-important 50.
Good shots. Of course, now up to a 2-goal lead. If you're for the Inferno, you gotta wonder what you gotta do to come back. You got plenty of time, but you gotta find some more offense. Your offense hasn't really been very potent. You haven't been able to find as many passing plays. I mean, St. Cloud just doing a good job of keeping the ball off your car, and hopefully it tightens up your offensive chances. But you gotta make sure that you're getting back-to-back touches on the ball, or you're just deleting the Flyers from the field. Good 50 from Checker will beat AK on that win. Slate Panther into that corner. It's been Inferno pressure for the past couple of seconds, but they haven't had anything to show for it. They can't get a clean shot.
Yeah, and it feels like at this stage, as the time keeps going down, it's just benefiting the Flyers. If this ball hangs out into the midfield, there's no dangerous shots. They will take that all the way for the rest of these 2 minutes. So we need to see this Inferno team look to take some risks, potentially throw that third man on some hard commits as Owen commits there. Can't quite get it. Checker, full boost now. Sending it around the front left. Panthers up early, trying to find a teammate out into the middle. Owen just a bit underneath that ball. Needs to get the touch now. It goes to CT Nivlak, tries to find T-Jack on a pass. Found the CT Nivlak, what a passing play, the 1-2, and adds it up to 4 here. Incredible link-up play there, and it's looking even harder for this Inferno side to turn it around.
And another goal. I mean, honestly, it's been St. Cloud running away with this 4th game. I don't know what happened. I mean, they just started hitting their shots, started putting things together, and it's CTN and AK to step up in this 4th game. They've just been huge so far in putting this series away. They look good in this, and the Inferno just can't get going. They're having to deal with touches that just don't go their way. A pinch chance for the Flyers. They won't put it on target just yet, but went into that corner. Won't find anything as they double commit. Slate Panther running interference into his own half. Well, getting bumped actually in his own half. T-Jack collects in his back half, looking to kill off this 40 seconds, V. And the theme for me has been close games, and we're waiting for a game that isn't close. And this is the game that isn't close, and it just happens to be the deciding game.
Yeah, it's surprising seeing Burnsville really show up in that game 3, and now it just felt like it's all going the way of the Flyers. And it's not just to fortune. The play has been incredibly strong this matchup. As CJ like looking to find AK, can't quite get the touch on it. T-Jack slowing this play down, pops over towards the front. What a save from Owen. Pitches it off the top corner, but it's all for naught. As we see this Flyers side turning around, getting their first loss to Mankato, but now returning with a big win against a strong performing Inferno side to go even here, maintain their position in the upper half of the Rising Star standings, and really impress with the level of play when they needed to, when it felt like they were falling behind.
And I mean, there's only so much you can do, you know. I mean, it was just honestly just a St. Cloud just came out in that 4th game and just won it. I mean, it was just completely it was a complete and utter control. They were in complete and utter control. They really just took control of that 4th game, and I mean, the rest is history. At the end of the day, if you're the Inferno, you did your best. I mean, you're coming off of a 1-1 week. Wasn't, the worst possible performance tonight. V got 1 on the board against a really good St. Cloud team, but to me, that is the difference between, a between a 6-1 team and a team that is just getting their feet and figuring out what they want to do. A 4-4 team. I think that overall, they just need to figure out what they need to do to take down some of these top teams. And for the Flyers, they really are just the better team at the moment. They look more composed in the important games. They look really for me more structured.
I agree. They were really hitting their stride in that game 4 and playing through it and showing why they're one of the top teams, why they them and Mankato and Hibbing could potentially be the upper echelon of this Rising Star side. And the systems that they're able to build from, I think it's the link-up play. We saw the give and go, is the passes off the backboard to the middle, some solo play potential, and some great bump plays. I mean, AK's bump on Owen in that game 2 was just immense. So they really have a lot of diversity in their attack, which I think is impressive. So they're obviously a strong lineup, but I think there's a lot of positives for this Burnsville side. Getting on paper, getting a win against a 5-2 Green Bay side, a clean sweep, is very big. And there are some positives to take away from this series against St. Cloud. I mean, that first game, it felt like the Inferno were all over the Flyers, and maybe if they tuck away an overtime goal, if T-Jack doesn't get that save under the post, we have a whole different story. So both teams, I think, will take the results. They're showing that they're strong competitors, and I think are looking pretty strong for the rest of the season as we pass the halfway point. But now, heading up into the rest of the night, we obviously have 2 more matches ahead. We've got the Brainerd Victory versus the St. Paul Senators, 2 teams in the lower part of Rising Star looking to get their seasons turned around and trying to make their way up the Rising Star standings. So be sure to stick around and catch that matchup.
Photo of you in my mind, on the table under lights. There's no one here but you and I. This neon town is yours and mine. And I said, hey, Carissa, stayed up through the days and night, lay and we watched the world get light. Hey, Carissa,
You lift me off of the ground. I close my eyes and I wait for the come down. I used to live in the now. Now I'm wiser to think that we are bulletproof. Teens with thicker skin, now we just bruise. We were hopeless and we're hopeless now. But I remember we threw our fists in the air singing. I remember when we were kids, never scared, yeah. And the sky went dark, we used our hearts to guide us. You showed me you care. And I remember, yeah, I remember. Now, but I remember we threw our fists in the air singing. I remember when we were kids, never scared, yeah. And the sky went dark, we used our hearts to guide us. You showed me you care. And I remember, yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember.
Running around like dollars in the wind, bending over backwards just to let you in. I told you that one day ain't never enough. You tell me I hate you, I still call you up. If we don't got trust, we can never have love. I was putting in the hours, I was. But you were calling me a liar, 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 liar. Yeah, I've been putting in the hours, I was. And it's coming down to now and now and now and now and never. I was putting in the I'm sick of fighting the things that you said. I don't wanna burn all our bridges ahead. I'm tired of going to bed when you left me on red just to turn up the noise in my head. I told you that one day ain't never enough. You tell me I hate you, I still call you up. If we don't got trust, we can never have love. I was putting in the hours, I was. You were calling me a liar, 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 liar. Yeah, I've been putting in the hours, I was. And it's coming down to now.
moment. All it takes is a moment. Is it fate that you came this far unbroken? If it's destiny, you wrote it. Focused, but you gotta be focused. Make or break, it's the last goodbye they remember you for. They're calling your name, go and take what's yours. Here, now, it's everything you've been dreaming about. There's a reason why you were chosen. This is your moment. Rise up, you give it all that you got and you rise up. All the stories that tell about the champion who came from the crown. Are you ready to carry it now? Going full speed, never stop, never quit. You're the only one you got to convince that nothing's too far out of your reach. 'Cause all you are is what you believe. Here, now, it's everything you've been dreaming about. There's a reason why you were chosen. This is your moment.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for the delay. We're going to get into this next series as quick as possible. It's going to be the Brainerd Victory and the St. Paul Senators. Should be a blast between those two teams. But I got a new co-caster in Mr. Brock. How you doing tonight, Mr. Wolf? You feeling good about this matchup? You've got right now on standings wise, you have the number 13 against the number 11. So this is a matchup for St. Paul that is very important, but there's a player on Brainerd who does need to get going, so we got to keep it pretty quick. He joined it. He was the first one to join. But yeah, Brock, honestly, I'm just looking forward to this. Should be a good one. Got some Rocket League for you. Rising Star Week number 5 should be a blast. And Bladed Bay, Wasty, and Yeety on the side of the Senators. You've got Blue Paul and Carl's Nuts on the side of the Brainerd Victory. I got
myself figured out.
Did you?
Yeah. I mean, my mic's a separate thing from the casters, and it annoys me. But that's a nice shot from Paul, Stewie. Slotted it left side, 8 seconds in.
We get Paul's reaction in the cams.
Yeah, this victory team is fun to watch. They have so much fun while they're playing. And, I mean, off of one goal, they're
the cam's the wrong way, though. Obviously, they didn't watch my video on how to make your cam sideways if you're going to use your cell phone.
Have you not seen the Stewie flip phone?
Have you not seen the flip the orientation on your cell phone video? I clearly made one. It is in the announcements. I can pin it if you want me to, but if you want a link to it, I'll send you a link to it. But yeah, you got to watch that video if you want to use your phone on your player cam. But regardless, you talked about it. Yeah, some people haven't figured out, some don't. Some are just a little slower than others.
It's trial and error because there was somebody, can't remember who. I think CTN had his camera messed up last time. This time it was perfect. People learn. We adapt. That's what humans do. But
Bear Grylls. Yep. Adapt, survive. What is it? Adapt, overcome, and survive, or something like that.
I don't know.
I'm not sure, but
something like that.
Brainerd is utterly dominating this series. They're making quick work of the St. Paul Senators right now. They have all the pressure.
I mean,
all the pressure.
I'm surprised you said they were like 11th.
11th, yeah, and St. Paul's 13th. This is an important series for St. Paul.
We've seen Victory play before. They haven't really looked like an 11 team in my eyes at all.
I mean, they're 3 and 4. I mean, they're in a big tie.
I think in every league there's a huge tie.
Pretty much,
that 3
yeah.
and 4, 4 and 4 kind of area. It's up for grabs in between 3 and 4 spots. So I mean, could slip into playoffs easily. But I mean, I believe one of St. Paul has had to use subs, no?
Yeah, most of the time they've had Yeedy been playing a lot. I don't remember if he's a sub or not.
Bladed Bay is technically
Bladed Bay has played a ton, and I think it was because I think Jax is not as available as possibly Pauly B thought. So you're having to use your sub in Bladed Bay, but Bladed Bay has done well for having to sub up and be that fourth man, if you will.
I feel like he's been there every time.
I feel like he has played every single week. But regardless, the Brainerd team, like we said, is in 11th place. They're 3 and 4 on the season. St. Paul is 2 and 5. So I said it was an important series for St. Paul because if they want to close that gap, they got to win. But yeah, you talk about how in the world Brainerd is 3 and 4. They're in a giant tie, all the way from 11th at 3 and 4, all the way up to Rochester's 3 and 5, and they're in 12th place. But 3 and 4, 11th, all the way up to 9th at 3 and 4, and then Burnsville's 4 and 5 with their one win and their 1 loss. So potentially able to jump up if you get this win. And then other matches haven't been reported. So Brainerd either plays after this series happened, which I don't think is happening because they have a player who needs to get out of here as quick as possible. But they also play. They played earlier, and that match has not been reported yet by them. So yeah, just a 1-goal lead here for Brainerd so far in this game 1. As I say that, they get a really good chance for Paul, but Paul's reaction to that first goal says everything about this team. Like you said, they're so much fun to watch.
No.
Paul gave a death stare into the camera and just understood that this is going to be a series for them to enjoy.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, it seems like they're always having a fun time. I mean, I believe it was what's his face? Not Blue, not Paul.
Carl's nuts.
Or no.
It's Carl.
Who spammed close ones? I've got to check. But someone's active
Carl.
in the quick chat, and it was Carl. And I imagine that's towards his teammate. But, I mean, they're just having a blast. I mean, they're up only 1. There's 30 seconds left. Blue might be able to put this one in, but you look at these players on each side. I mean, Yeedy's a rookie. Carl is a rookie. Paul, we saw last season, actually in the Prospect Grand Final, as Paul's yelling in the camera as he didn't put that away, or one of his teammates didn't. We've seen Blue in the past in Rising Star, Wasty in the past at Lands before, but, a lot of new faces.
Good bounce shot. It was unsavable.
Yep. Thank you, Tar.
Yeah, it's just unsavable, Brock. You can't stop bounce shots. They go in the net every time.
Foot into
yeah, ever since
MCS,
pretty much.
I mean, it's been over.
Pretty much, yeah. But 2-goal lead here for Brainerd. 10 seconds left in this game. Looking to take over in this series, take the 1-goal or 1-series game advantage. They're well on their way, and it definitely is going to happen as that ball going to hit the ground. And we're going to jump into game 2. It should be quick, but and I'm just going to tell everyone to ready right away, just so we know that Brainerd needs to get to where they're going. A player needs to go as quick as possible. Muy rapido is what they say. We'll ready up right away. Good job at being on your toes, Wolf. Way to be ready for that one. But yeah, I like what we saw to Brainerd. They controlled pretty much just the front half of the midfield. For me, they did a good job of literally just doing everything that they wanted to do. They took control of the game. They really didn't give up any sort of space or room. St. Paul had nowhere to breathe.
Yeah, and this is kind of been an interesting team. I kind of expected that result. I mean, at least 2 weeks ago, I saw my my derecho team winning, I believe it was 4 games against these guys. It could have been 5. I think it was 4 though. And I mean, they've just been having to use a sub the entire time. And you know, you look at this team, and you know, for the Rising Star talent that's there, I mean, they don't really have a first round pick, and they're definitely not bad, because I mean we've said, like, they don't look like, you know, the 11th you know, best team in Rising Star, but I mean, here they are now. I mean, they're trailing to, or no, I'm talking about the victory. The Senators, who I'm talking about, they're kind of all over the place right now, and they've had to deal with.
They don't have a first round pick.
Yeah, I mean, you look at players like Owen, you look at players like Etro. I mean, guys like that.
Blue
as well. But they're not. He's on the other team.
Yeah, they're on. Well, if they're on different. They're not. They don't. I mean, I'm not sure. We're not trying to diss this Senators team. They just don't have a technical first round salaried player playing tonight. They have a sub and 2 players who, you know, play on their normal starting roster. So it's 2/3 of their roster. They're just missing that big impact player, and it is impacting the game. So 3:30 still left in game number 2. Edie with a good possession over the top. Tries to get anything going here for the Senators. Wasty, good shot, back post. Looking for the snipe on Paul, but Paul has the clear in the touch. Bladed Bay and a Pittsburgh Knights decal on the Octane. That is an OG decal. Don't see those too often anymore, Brock. They come to light every once in a while, but yeah, Caesar has that. Caesar has all the OG decals. Doesn't have any of the new ones though. He's kind of boring, but Blue, good touch. He was the first, I believe, the first overall in Rising Star, or one of the 2. I believe it was Blue who went first. Don't quote me on that, but I believe Brainerd had the first overall pick in Rising Star, and they took Blue. So, yeah, he's paid off so far.
Yeah, I mean, second overall. Rage had to pick himself first. Blue was the first. Technically the first overall pick.
Right about that.
I mean, looking at that Rising Star draft, the only player that I think, I mean, it's difficult to tell. I think Swamp fell pretty far. You know, CTN did for sure. But I mean,
T-Jack fell pretty far, I would say.
Yeah.
For his talent level, for what he did last season.
I mean, 7th, he's still first round, so.
Yeah,
and his team's
fair
doing
enough.
well, so.
Indeed, yeah. They're just one. I believe they're 6 or 7-2 now. But great save from Blue. I didn't realize he was there, had any boost, and he got that touch to the corner. Paul goes missing, but another 2-0 advantage for this victory team. They're looking good so far. Have controlled the game and have held this St. Paul team scoreless. And St. Paul, I don't recall, Brock, if they made any changes in the trade window. I don't believe that they did.
The Senators, they got Jax through waivers.
Oh yeah, but he isn't playing this first week.
Yeah.
But I think there was some discussion on whether Jax was actually able to play Thursday nights. I saw that in the chat with Prussia. Most of obviously the players can't see that because it's in the staff server, but
the only top priority people can see that information.
Yeah, and I saw that Paul E.B., the GM of the Senators, was talking about Jax. He claimed Jax off waivers, anticipating that Jax would be able to play Thursday nights, and
apparently
he originally said he did, and then he changed his sentiment. So you're missing Jax in this scenario, and would he impact the series? Yes.
Yes, for sure.
Would he impact a series against a Brainerd team that is firing like this? Yes.
I think so.
But I think it would be a lot closer, as Wasty gets one on the board. Will stop the scoring drought for now. 54 seconds. Good start.
I mean, I think with Jax, I really have the Senators team, like, realistically in, like, that top 8 conversation at the minimum for me. I mean, it's funny. They just yell at each other whenever they scored on. It's hilarious to watch. But 52 seconds left. Senators, I mean, Wasty got one. He gets a demo here. And Yeedy gonna slow the play down. Gets this one on target. Paul might not be ready. It's a block shot, though, from Carl. As Wasty tries to turn around, gives it right to Carl, though. And now it's back in the Senators' side as they're gonna have to work their way out. Wasty with the fake. Tries to bully his way through the corner. And now Yeedy off the ceiling actually landed perfectly on the ceiling. I don't think that's what he wanted.
The mid boost steal.
But, I mean, they've got pressure here, Stewie.
That's a good bump chance on Paul. Yeedy bumps Carl out of the net. No bladed Bay misses the touch. Paul into that corner. Will keep the ball away, playing keep away from the Senators for now, looking to get his Brainerd team up 2-0 and into an advantageous situation for them. Paul misses the ball, but Carl was right behind him. Paul should have this. Either way, hits the backboard. Wasty will be dunked by Carl. That's going to go up into the nets. And the Senators... Carl is surely happy that that one went in the net. Obviously, his team feels good about that one. Up 3-1 in this, or up 2-0 in this series. Up 3-1 the game. They'll close it out.
Yeah, I just love seeing teams that do. It was unfortunate we couldn't see Jax tonight, just because of their history. I mean him and wait, Stats. Hello, what happened? Stats just decided to die. We'll go to
Stats
casters.
just decided to die.
I don't know what
you
that
look
was.
at Carl.
But, I mean, they're having a blast. I mean, Jackson Dinger, or well, he's now known as Clock Tower. I mean, even last season they had one match. They didn't win it, but they went to 5, and it was the most fun thing to watch. I think Jax had Subway Surfers playing on his phone, prompted by his camera so that you could see it, and then I think Dinger was dressed up as like Luigi or something absurd, but it was hilarious. But I mean, the victory, I mean, they're having a blast right now. I mean, right now it's working. I mean, they're up 2-0. Good news for the Senators. I mean, they were a bit closer in that game, Stewie. They definitely could have tied it. However, I think if you're the Senators, you don't really want to have to rely on 20 seconds of pressure to decide your game at the end of the game.
5 minutes to go in game 3. We're starting it off the kickoff. Paul gets his touch over to Blue, and Brainerd have done a good job of giving each other possession. They're really doing a good job of engaging each other on the field. Paul demos bladed Bay. Look at that play off the kickoff. The control by Blue to keep the ball off the backboard. Brainerd looked good to really just hold on with this 1-goal lead, Brock, all the way through the end. They really could just do this if they wanted to.
I mean, it was a Blue solo play, just dribbles it all over the defense, and both of his teammates were there for it, and they're having a blast. And I mean, Carl's just flexing in the camera. Paul is yelling if they get scored on, if they score. It's just so
Blue's
fun
just
to
smiling
watch.
The whole time.
And you
I mean, they're just
you don't
there.
see it often because I mean, obviously they have the passion to be here right now, but majority of the time it's just straight competitiveness. I think you can balance both, but we don't see it often. I think it's like more so one of the other. And now the victory with a 1-0 lead. Yeedy's gonna put that towards that. That's a double commit. Wasty shot chance into the back of the net. Senators tie it up in game 3.
Wasty has been the goal scorer. Carl is upset at Paul. Paul doesn't get caught, gets caught out, and yeah, what a play indeed. But honestly, it was really just a small mistake that Wasty capitalized on. He's got both of the goals for St. Paul so far. Has done most of the work for them, stepping up when his team needs him the most, keeping this game even. Yeedy free shot. Carl makes the save. Wasty, good follow-up. Off that backboard, though, Blue to clear it. And the captain for the Brainerd victory going to clear the ball out. And will be demoed for that effort, but bladed Bay misses. Yeedy doesn't get the best touch off the sidewall. I feel like some of these touches that St. Paul are getting, will just have to be more towards the net or more threatening for Brainerd to deal with, because the victory don't really care at this point. And as I say that, the pinch all the way down for Wasty. It's all him in game 3 for St. Paul.
It's a huge 50 from Wasty off the sidewall, dunks Carl, and it's just an absolute boom into the back of the net. And,
Carl's reaction. Oh, man.
And the Senators take a lead here. I mean, they haven't been the best opportunities for them, but they've scored regardless. And with 3 minutes left, they're up by 1 here. I mean, the victories still look like they're, favored to take this. Bladed misses. Blue is there to read it. No respect given to the defense. Blue's gonna score again. I don't know what they're saying, but it's just so fun to watch as the victory tie it up, Stewie.
I don't know either. They're yelling into the cams at each other, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't really tell. I think Carl's playing in a school. It looks like he's in a classroom playing his match. I wouldn't be surprised if
Is he on a Chromebook?
he's on a Chromebook. He's got the Chromebook cam going. Somehow it's found a way to make a Chromebook cam vertical. I didn't know if that was actually possible, but Bladed Bay, touch off the backboard. Wasty doesn't choose to go. Good 50 from Blue. I like that touch.
Yeah.
Chooses to take the loss and 50-50 it straightforward. 2-2 tie with plenty of time still left for either of these teams to take a good position, but not able to get anything going. Carl, good follow-up is there, and Carl is indeed nuts because he gets the leading goal for the victory and the one that could be the decider.
Yep, Carl just putting it right behind Wasty. Paul
He
didn't
just
really
has
have to
such
do
a great
anything.
reaction to every single thing. He just yells into the
He's flexing into the camera. We love to see it. But I mean, you mentioned it. I mean that blue 50. I mean, it's something that we don't talk about enough because quite literally at all levels, I think players, I mean, in this league most of these guys have the mindset that they've got to beat the guy, and if they can't, they should be trying to force a 50 at the worst case scenario. And I think forcing the 50 every time is better sometimes than even beating one guy. I mean, it's forfeiting possession to the other team, and I think a lot of players in this league overlook that because they want to beat them mechanically. They want to beat them super fast, but just a simple 50 keeps that ball close, and if your teammates are positioned correctly, they can get a free chance towards the net. But I mean, it was well done there from Blue, of course, right before they scored, which is kind of why I brought it up again. But right now, Paul kind of hit that one to the defense. Bladed Bay shot top right. Blue's gonna actually get a touch, I believe. Counterattack. Carl 50. Gonna go to the wall. Paul with 0 boost commits though. Huge clear from Meaty. Blue's got to make a touch. He does. Paul gonna rotate back. Wasty. Double commit, but it's a pinch into the corner. And with a minute left, oh my goodness, the confidence there to just pre-jump into the corner. I mean, you're up by 1. I mean, this could go any direction here. Carl gets the save. At this point, they're just having a blast,
What in the
but
world?
it doesn't matter because Wasty is going to tie it up with just under a minute left. And I was, talking about this possibility, if you mess around too much, you're going to get punished for it. And Wasty shows him there and ties it up.
I mean, they just got too confident. They got too, how do I say this, too, clean with the ball with their, really just their possessions. They figured, well, we can just hold the ball and play slower and just, kill the clock. As Carl wins a giant 50, nearly goes into the back of the net, but 30 seconds here, Mr. Wolf, and honestly, neither of these teams have quite the win on their hands just yet. No one leading. So with that tying goal, you look at overtime if you're the Senators, but you got to win 3 games straight to win the series and get the points. So if you're Yeedy and company, got to be your best overtime here is the defense from the victory having to hang on in the last couple of seconds. They're being threatened. Blue with a good 50 will drop. And here we go into overtime. What do you think is gonna happen, bro? Well, if I don't really understand if the victory dropped this, they gotta be feeling a little bit awkward. As Bladed Bay will be beaten by Paul to the ball. both with, short names, but Blue with a good flick chance, but won't put it on target. Bumps Wasty out of the way. Yeedy trying to bump the defense of the victory, and 20 seconds into overtime, and no one's scoring just yet. As Carl finds a good infield pass, double commit from the Senators out of the midfield. Paul, had an open opportunity. They both have U's in their name, and it's confusing.
Yeah, and it is. It's more confusing as well. I mean, we were, a second into the overtime kickoff, and Paul's already laughing so hard that he can't even look at his screen. I mean, like, they have multiple times where they just break out laughing and they can't handle themselves. And
the vibes on this team just have to be absolutely insane. They just.
It's
I don't even know how to describe
it. And then reacting as we talk about that. I have no clue. But
it's almost like they have stream noise on and they're smiling now as we're saying that. So I think they do, but we're about a minute 20 into overtime. Paul gets the bump, gets a 50-50. Brainerd trying to end this here and now. They can't afford to go to another game because they're going to run out of time for Blue, who has to be somewhere in about 13 minutes. So
better win this game, eh?
Better win this game. Better late than ever. Not the best touch. Paul goes missing. Yeedy. Follow up from Wasty as he's bumped by Bladed Bay, who they both went for the shot. Both wanted to be the hero in game 3, but nobody puts it away. Blue. Good touch. Bladed Bay goes missing. Paul will lose the possession as he just drives by it. Carl. Good clear downfield. May have caught Yeedy out. That's off the backboard. Yeedy, great read. Did he catch Blue out? No, Paul's on the rotation. That one would have squirted in the net, but clear comes out. Bladed Bay off the backboard.
Goodness.
Anyone there from Yeedy? 50-50 as Paul will trade demos with Wasty. Yeedy demos Carl. Blue catches one player on the spawn from the Senators, but nobody ending this game just yet.
And the last person you want on the ball right now on this pitch is Blue. And right now he's first man. That's a huge pre-jump from Wasty. Gets the block, but at what cost? It's sent to their end. Bladed Bay gets a touch. Carl towards net, saved by Yeedy, but possession's given right back to Paul, who's going to go backward. Bladed Bay misses. Wasty has to get a touch. He does, but it's right to Carl, and I love the controlled touch there. It's going to 50 out. Blue beats 2.
Oh, here it is.
It's an open net. It's not the best bounce, though, or the best roll, but Paul's still going to be there in time. And they're having a blast as they take down the Senators in a sweep in 3 games.
They're going to end us early as the Senators don't even get out of the block, don't even get into the car and head to the store. Yeah, it really was just a clean victory for the victory, who looked good, looked really controlled, looked in control of that series. They were having fun, but Wasty stepped up. 3 goals on 4 shots. Tried to give the Senators a chance, just wasn't able to do it. And I think he would have, things would have been a little bit different if he was able to get a little bit more help from Yeedy and Bladed Bay. But Yeedy had 3 assists.
I liked what I saw out of Yeedy for sure.
Yeah. He played to his strengths. He did everything he possibly could.
That's why I'm thinking, like, if they had Jax here, this wouldn't just be
it would be different. It would be a different
the games
series.
were close. I mean, it wasn't like,
oh yeah,
most. I mean, if not all of them were 1-goal games. So, I mean,
it wasn't dominant. It wasn't too dominant.
It's not as bad as the the scoreline outputs, but
yeah.
I mean, they're without Jax. I mean, getting towards what are we towards, like the halfway-ish mark of this season. I mean, I think the borderline for most teams is just make play-ins at the minimum, and that's the goal, I think, for everyone, or the first goal. And right now, I mean, there's so many teams that it's just a complete toss-up. You've got to have your full lineup, and apparently Jax can't, make most Thursdays now.
Apparently, Jack?
The roster's locked, so, like, is there a special exception there where, Jax might, go into retirement and then they get to pick up somebody else? I don't know. But, judging by the rules, it wouldn't be that way. But it definitely could be that way, as they're kind of in a rough spot here. And Brainerd, they were 11th place. I mean, they played very well. they've looked pretty good and have had a blast in all of their series that we've seen them play. And that's about it. You've got good vibes. You've got good gameplay. You're going to come out on top, Stewie.
Yeah, you're going to have... they had most of the chances. They did a good job of just keeping control. They didn't really let anything get away from them. It was a clean opportunity that really the victory honestly just put together. The Senators really just couldn't handle the pressure, and that takes us through to our third match, and now our fourth, our final one of the night. Going to be a good one. You've got the Omaha Buffalo taking on the Bloomington Maulers. The Buffalo, of course, having ISO Sear and Irish, so that is a powerhouse rising star team. Who are they missing? Are they missing anybody?
I mean, I said new team Sear was not on there before.
That's true. Yeah, this is a new team. They're dead last though, 16th, 2-5 on the season.
You got to make a move.
And they made a move, and they did. Yep. They brought in Sear, so we'll see what we get out of them. But they're of course taking on the Maulers, who have Swamp Donkey, Slonkers, and Windy, and that is another team that made a move. So Slonkers, if I'm correct me if I'm not, was sent down to Rising Star. Was he in Rising Star? He was sent down to Rising Star.
Was in Challenger, got moved down to Rising Star to create the beheaded monster that's Bemidji Challenger. With Mako, Calster, and Caesar. God, I mean, who let this happen? I don't know. But that's going to do it for our third matchup of the day. The victory sweep the Senators, and we will take you guys to a short break. I mean, Stewie, we're actually on time now. We had, what?
Holy crap, we're ready!
Today? Oh my God, it's so
exciting. Double sweeps. Hey, my cheers goes out to the double sweeps.
To that with Gatorade bottle. But yeah, we'll take you guys to a short break, and we will see you guys with the Buffalo and the Maulers coming up next.
Just some more whiskey. I can't seem to understand how you do this to me. You've been running in circles inside my head. Wasn't looking for love, but baby, I found you instead. Saw you in that red dress. I can't seem to understand how you got all that finesse. Still been running in circles inside my head. Wasn't looking for love, but baby, I found you instead. the unknown. Can you check for my vitals? Think I need revival. Broken down and fading, my heart keeps breaking. Caught up in the storm, but we're the survivors. Looking up for love in a little bit of darkness. Hold each other up when we're falling down. Never give it up, because we are the fighters. Caught up in the storm, but we're the survivors. Looking up for love in a little bit of darkness. Hold each other up when we're falling down. Never give it up, because we are the fighters. Underwater, swinging my fist. Tension rising, but no part of it. Nice to meet ya, been called a misfit. No need to fake it, we all got some shit. Can you check for my vitals? Think I need revival. Broken down and fading, my heart keeps breaking. Caught up in the storm, but we're the survivors. Looking up for love in a little bit of darkness. Hold each other up when we're falling down. Never give it up, because we are the fighters. Caught up in the storm, but we're the survivors. Looking up for love in a little bit of darkness. Hold each other up when we're falling down. Never give it up, because we are the fighters.
I wish we stayed the same. I got way too many thoughts in my brain, but I got memories that run through my veins. I'm not one to blame, but I could point out every way that you change. Some things stay up while others go right down the drain. And lately we've been going down in flames. But if I'm honest, I get in my feels when I want you. Say you feel it too, I'll haunt you. Hold on till I'm lost in nirvana. But if I'm honest, I get in my feels when I want you. Say you feel it too, I'll haunt you. Hold on till I'm lost in nirvana. But if I'm my therapist is saying that I should. I don't believe her, but I really wish I could. Instead, I guess I'll stay misunderstood. Oh, 'cause I'm stuck now, just trying to figure out a way out. I've tried but can't seem to slow down. I don't know if it too, I'll haunt you. Hold on till I'm lost in the fun. But if I'm honest, I get my feels when I want you. Say you feel it too, I'll haunt you. Hold on till I'm lost in the fun. But if I'm
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to some more MCS Rocket League action. We've got Rising Star one final time. We've got one more match to go. That is Mr. Wolf on the right to your screen. I'm on the left. Should be a blast. We've got the Omaha Buffalo taking on, of course, and I forget the team name right now. The Bloomington Maulers. Goodness gracious, the Bloomington Maulers made a bunch of changes, brought in some talent, looked to turn their season around, Brock, and they're looking to do it right away. Same with the Buffalo. They brought a bunch of talent in to turn their season around. We'll see who brought in the better talent, per to say. ISO Irish and maybe Percy J? Was it Percy J? And Irish was a steal, though. Irish was a steal. Did we get muted again, Brock?
Did. You're good, though.
Oh! Yeah, and Swamp Donkey's just the best player ever. And Obama has my car. We'll get the first on the board for the Maulers, but see all the people in cams. And, yeah, what a lead for Bloomington. Bloomington brought in Schlonkers from Challenger, from Bemidji, after Bemidji pretty much turned their Challenger team into an absolute powerhouse. And Swamp Donkey was brought in from Rochester in a trade. And yeah, overall, these two players looking to make an impact right away for this Bloomington team, try to turn their season around a little bit. But Omaha sitting in dead last right now in the standings, Wolf, not really doing too well in the season, but they have got talent now with adding Sear. Adds a ton of structure, and I like this roster. I feel like they can do a lot of work with this team, but don't count this Bloomington team out. They're playing with a sub in Obama has my car. What could I? OHMC. I could call him that. But
You can get your palm
yeah, don't count him out.
Just the president.
Yeah, the president. There you go. Or the former president.
The president.
One
You're
of the
not
former
safe.
president.
You're not safe in the air. It's a bit dangerous.
No. Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's a shot. That's a goal.
That's such a good shot.
And it's tied up from Sear. I mean, Schlonkers, I believe, came from. I mean, he was Bemidji Challenger, but last season, I believe he was he part of that St. Cloud Rising Star team, but ended up not playing at LAN. Is that correct?
Here?
No, Schlonkers.
He was part of the St. Cloud team, but they didn't make LAN.
I know they got second place, but did he play LAN? I don't think Schlonkers played LAN.
I don't remember if he did or not.
I also remember Blakester playing. It was on Bemidji. It was all over the place.
A lot of subs. Yeah, but that was a good chancer from Schlonkers. Couldn't put it away though. Wasn't able to get through. Irish could clear downfield. OHMC gonna clear the ball down, look for another touch. Swamp Donkey off the backboard. Trying to find Schlonkers on a big bounce. ISO beats him out. Now in the midfield, Sear goes for a dunk chance. Sear not getting contact on that. Had the first goal, though, for Omaha that tied up this game. And this is, I mean, honestly, this is a good start for them. Irish has a free double tap read off the demo. Will make it happen. Great play from Sear and ISO to clear that line up and tie the game for Omaha.
Yeah, and I mean, a really nice play from Irish. He had a lot of time to work with and put it away off of the backboard and asking for a new lobby after saying he's just the best player ever. a bit of a anticlimactic moment there, but
went from hopium to copium in 2 seconds. Well, yeah, it's. I mean, so far it's been good for Omaha. They've had good potent opportunities, good potent chances to score goals, and I mean, you see it. These demos really clearing up the back line, not allowing Bloomington to have any structure, and Schlocker's really the leader for this team. He's got Swamp Donkey to help him out, but hasn't really done much just yet. It's been Obama has my car to do most of the work. ISO flip reset top left. Tries to place it. Did well enough, though, to get a good second touch on that off that ceiling read. And ISO's a player that is secretly mechanical. I've seen him a ton in six-mans, playing against the MCS community. Has plenty of experience against really good players, so, you know, he's gonna be, I guess you could say, he's seasoned when playing against really every level of competition. So look for him in this series to step up big as he's got, you know, his team up 2-1.
Yeah, and I think how this Buffalo team is gonna really succeed is how much space Sear and Irish can create for him. And I mean, both of those players are great strikers in their own right. But I think in terms of solo plays in the air and, you know, outplaying people, I think you want to get him in free space as much as possible because you're going to do the most damage with that. And then ultimately, probably Sear or Irish is going to end up scoring off of it as Sear puts it into the back of the net. Buffalo up by 2 with 6 seconds left. They're going to take game 1.
I mean, like you said, he's got great strikers all the way around him. Sear, one of those two out of him and Irish. But ISO, the mechanical menace himself for the team. Yeah, if you can create space for him, get him every opportunity with the ball, you'll see a lot of opportunities for Sear and Irish to score goals just off of forcing defense. But we're going to reset the lobby and jump into game number 2. With the Buffalo up 1-0, you see the beautiful Buffalo car come up on the screen. And yeah, Omaha overall has been the more structured team, Brock. They've been the team that has, you know, taken control, I guess you could say. The ones that have really done the best when it comes to not overcommitting, not double committing, not making just silly mistakes, really.
And they're without Wendy tonight as their third, but I mean, Wendy and Obama has my car have the exact same salary at $13.37 each. And I forgot to mention, I mean, there's like, it's interesting to look at some of these subs. I mean, there's a couple of these subs that can easily be like third round players, while others there's just kind of a huge drop off. It seems like from like 1400 all the way down to like diamond area. There's such a gap in that rising star sub position, and you almost got benefited hugely if you ended up having a pick that was early in the 4th round or maybe at the end of the 3rd round, because I mean, just because of how big of a gap there is. I mean, you're looking at some of these teams right now with, you know, 1,300, 1,400 subs as their lowest player, while others, I mean, I'm seeing, barely scraping, you know, 1,000 MMR, Stewie.
Yeah, and just waiting on everyone to get back in the lobby. I think Bloomington has made their way back in, but Omaha is not. And if any of those guys have the stream pulled up, it'd be great if they could jump back into the lobby for us so we can get going. And yeah, this is a new server, guys. We're on a different map. This is a new server. I reset it. And I think you'll find that it's going to play a little bit different. And I don't know if that's I mean, after our server reset, usually your ping should shoot down if we're on a different server, but if it doesn't, there's not much we can do about it. I mean, you're only allowed one server.
Issue,
yeah, you're only allowed one server reset, and Bloomington just used theirs, so you're gonna have to bank on Omaha using theirs. So each team is only allowed one server reset as per the rules say. So we can't reset it again, unfortunately, guys. But unless Omaha calls for it, it's the only time we could do it. So yeah, good luck, and we'll see. I'm gonna actually connect my controller to see what ping they're at because I don't remember what the scoreboard button is.
Hey, it's tab.
Is it tab?
Yeah, ISO.
Mine is not. I must unbind mine.
Into the back of the net as we're looking at tab. As we're looking at the scoreboard. Good bump onto Schlockers that opens up a lot of space, and ISO gets it over. Obama has my car as third man, and that's just such great space created for ISO. I mean, that's exactly what we were talking about. Create space, got the bump, and let ISO go in the air. And that 50 might just go in. Schlonkers has to make a save. Gets another touch and another. Stays behind this ball, and a huge counterattack. I mean, it was just all Schlonkers there. Obama gonna keep this one in off the ceiling. As Schlonkers now from the sidewall. They are down one and a goal. So, gonna have to find a way to shut down ISO, who possibly was looking to get on the ceiling there. Ran out of boost. As Irish gonna win a 50, and it's just constant Buffalo pressure. Even if they don't kind of have the ball, their touches are so strong, and their passes are so great that the Maulers don't know what to do right now.
I mean, it's all Omaha. They're really taking control. Great touch from Swamp Donkey out of that corner. ISO. And he find a double off this. Schlonkers misses. ISO reads it anyways with low boost. Is the ball gonna fall down to him? And he makes that touch. Gets the double on the backboard. Able to put it home. And 2-0 lead for Omaha. And I don't know if these guys are just on high ping because it's just not a good internet night, but there's not much we can do about it. It is a different server. It's a new server on our end, at least. I vividly remember it happening with Swamp Donkey with a good fake, and Sear 50s him out of the way, gets another 50, and I like what I'm seeing, Wolf, out of Sear and Irish. Like, you talked about their striking ability, but their ability to just be annoying on the challenge game is just uncanny right now for ISO, for him to have that much space. ISO with a good fake, gets the pop touch over the top. Can he up Swamp Dog? He doesn't even need to. He does it all himself. ISO with incredible play for Omaha.
I mean, that's 3 goals for the Buffalo. Sear threatening the bump, forced the defender to jump, and Swamp Donkey could not get back to it. I mean, not only, I mean, this is a fresh team in the addition of Sear, and not only do they look good, I mean, we're seeing like perfect outlet passes to each other. I mean, it all seems to be coming natural for this team right now. They have so much pressure. They're finding each other. There's so many passes that are being attempted right now, and they're all going through for Buffalo, it seems, as they've got a 3-goal lead here again, and more pressure starts to pile up on the Maulers. You got to find a way to get out of your own zone, and right now, they're still trying to figure that out.
Good touch pass Sear, but ISO's there to catch every single time. It seems like Sear and Irish are the ones forcing out the plays. Wolf, they're the ones that are giving ISO that space, but ISO gets a demo, has a shot, but Slonkers read it, and Obama has my car wasn't ready. Irish scores, and it's a 4-0 lead, and Slonkers was fully expecting ISO to hit that. It just turns into a fake.
Oh my goodness. ISO dancing on the game.
I didn't see the cams. Oh boy.
I'm trying to think. It's such an old, like,
the floss.
The floss, God.
Yeah.
I had to think about it for a while. It's not like too old, but it's been a while.
No, it has been a while indeed. But Yeah, 4 minutes, 4-0 lead, 2:20 still left in this game. Obama has my car looking off the backboard, trying to find something to get. I mean, he's the only one who's really put any offensive chances down for his team. Slonkers has been shut down, and a player that came from Challenger, you would fully expect to be the one, forcing out the plays for his team, but hasn't been able to get going just yet. Has been forced to play a ton of defense.
And a lot more defense as Sear puts it away. It's 5-0, and there's still 2 minutes remaining in the game, and just right now the Buffalo have it all going for them, and they're gonna put the Maulers at match point already, Stewie. I mean, we've had, what has it been? That would be our 3rd sweep tonight if they were able to accomplish it, which would be absolutely crazy. It's another goal for Sear. I look away for 1 second, and it looks like he's in the exact same position almost as last time, where he shoots it exactly the spot he had placed it last time. 6 goals. I mean, where's the forfeit button in the private match, Stewie? I don't think there is one.
I don't know. And I want to say that it's not off the back of the bad connection for Slonkers and Swamp Donkey. I don't think it is the bad connection. I really don't believe that. I know it's not I know it's a refresh server, so I know it's not a bad one, but could be just one of those nights where nothing is going right for you right now. Because I mean, it's 6-0, and so far it's been all Omaha. They are styling.
And I don't think the worst internet connection possible could, change kind of what's happening right now, just because of how good the Buffalo have been playing. But right as I say that, Obama is going to set up the Brazil here. Huge clear, really good touch as Buffalo collide with each other. Cannot get back in time. And they get a goal, Stewie. They need 5 more of those in 1:15.
Yes, they do. And it's doable if Omaha completely jumps off a cliff. It's somewhat of a chance here, but you need 5 goals in 60 seconds. Highly unlikely, even for the most well-rounded rosters we have here in Rising Star. So highly unlikely for it to happen, I'm going to be honest. So especially with ISO in a 1v1 finds the backboard. Slonkers will make the save, but Slonkers just hasn't looked like himself this series so far. Just hasn't been able to get going, and really for me that's been the theme. Obama has my car doing everything he can. Swamp Donkey doing everything he can as well to give them some sort of a chance, but Slonkers is supposed to be the proverbial superstar on this team, the one that was brought in to win Bloomington more games and give them more opportunities to take home a victory, but just not able to do it so far. It's Omaha who, with this trade window move that they made, is paying off big time right now.
And it's not just like a fluke. Like, they are really playing good Rocket League right now. And Game 2 is going to be claimed by them as well as they go up 2-0. And, I mean, Schlonkers, I don't think has ever been put in, like a situation like this. I feel like he's had foundational teammates in the past. I mean, I'm thinking about like, of course, Bemidji Challenger was like short-lived. But I mean, last season when he started to play for St. Cloud, I mean, it was just everyone on that team was contributing. It wasn't just him. And maybe right now for him, it feels like it's only him because, it's obviously not, but this might be the most, I don't think he's ever had to fill the role of the number one guy on his team. I mean, even if he has, he's had like really good teammates that have been super close to him in skill. And you'd figure that he wouldn't be in Rising. I mean, he got the challenger spot, but now he's back down here in Rising Star, and I 100% can confirm it's not as good as a team as he had last season, Stewie.
True.
Tizzy, Rainy Nut,
not even close then.
Yeah.
Because Rainy Nut finds himself in Challenger, was just dropped by Duluth actually in the trade window, was the only move that Duluth made.
Mm-hmm.
And Tizzy is still with the Flyers as far as I know in Challenger, so Yeah,
and did Rainey not find a team? That's crazy.
I don't think he did. I think he was moved off of their roster, and I don't know if they brought in one. You got to check the waivers, but I'm gonna check. Yeah, I'm gonna check the waivers real quick. For that transaction, if the
Duluth didn't claim
Duluth,
anyone.
if they brought anybody in, they didn't. So
who's on?
that
Duluth
is confusion.
Rising
They
Star?
obviously, who was on their Rising Star? Oh, they brought in Sonder, but
Isn't that Brainerd?
no.
It said Brainerd
So-
Victory claimed Sonder on the waivers.
Interesting. Well, Sonder, on the in the waivers that I see, yeah, no, Duluth did bring in Sonder,
Well, Burf
Challenger.
and Sonder do know each other very well, so that'll be fun to watch.
That will be fun to watch indeed, and they have 40 as well on that roster, magical player. So should be good for Duluth and Challenger, but so far the move for Omaha in Rising Star is looking real good. Sear fitting right into this roster perfectly. And I like what they're doing. They're letting ISO roam free, and Irish and Sear are bringing the structure that Omaha has needed all season, as they are dead last in the standings, but they don't look dead last right now.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, we talked about it kind of with, the Rochester team, or the original, God, what was it? Was it Rochester that was Wendy, Ari, and Sear together? It might have been Bloomington.
The drafted roster for Rochester was Etro, Swamp Donkey, and Derek.
But Ari and Sear were together, I think, on Bloomington.
On
actually.
Bloomington, yeah. Ori, Sear, and Wendy was the roster on Bloomington, yes. So, Sear's playing his old team, technically. His old team with none of the original roster members on it.
Yeah, a lot of moves.
So, yeah. Ori obviously moving over, still in Rising Star to, where is that at? Hold on one second. Ori moving. Why am I lost on this? Why am I so lost on this?
You're always lost. We know this.
I know.
but
Just shut up.
Swamp Donkey with
Or moved to Rochester.
a
sorry.
beautiful pass. Had touched it down to a teammate, but at the same time had bumped a defender off of the backboard. So, a huge play from Swamp Donkey. And then the 50 coming out from Schlonkers that bullies its way through the defense. And it keeps them in this series. So far, 2-0 games tonight have not gone well for any team. They've ended up being sweeps, as that's another bump on the defense. They're not able to get a shot off, though. And I think, the Buffalo, they've got it all going their way. Of course, they're up 2-0 here. They've got all the physicality. They're passing to each other. That was a bit of an unfortunate first touch for Irish there. But, the idea is constantly there for them. And it's just so difficult to play against a well-oiled machine when they're all putting pressure on you with the ball and their own car and bumping you. So it's just a difficult spot to be in if you're the Maulers. But you've got to find a way to keep this game close, which, right now it's doable. Swamp Donkey, double, triple! It's off the post, though, and goes out, Stewie! And I don't even know how...
That was a great play. He just couldn't get it in the nets.
I didn't even
Great
know that was
control, though, on the
possible.
backboard. I don't even know how he almost got that in, as Sear is deleting the Maulers from the field. Irish gonna leave it for ISO 50-50 on the sidewall. This ball is gonna stay in this Bloomington half. Omaha up 2-0 in the series, like we said, and up 2-1 in this game. All they're gonna do is hang on for 2 minutes, and they're doing a great job of holding the midfield line. Really, the Maulers can't get out of it. Irish on the backboard, just leaving it for Sear. That touch was great, but Schlonkers was better and able to turn it to the side. Irish, good follow-up. Tries to follow the post. ISO, can he touch it? Mid, he can to Sear. It's Schlonkers, though, was standing in the way. And this is a better game from Schlonkers so far, but Obama has my car has yet to crack 60 points.
And they've got a minute 50 to score here, or else it's going to be a sweep. Swamp Ducky to the backboard, denied by Irish. With the 50 to go alongside it as well. Schlonkers, I believe, backflipped. The pull shot saved by Schlonkers. I don't know how you're supposed to defend that. As it's a quite literally 8-ball pool out here for the Bloomington
Get your
Maulers.
protractors out.
Or for the
Get your
Buffalo.
protractors out. I knew somebody who used to play 8-ball pool and would genuinely use a ruler on their phone. I watched somebody do
That's
it.
like aimbot.
They were that committed to 8-ball pool, Brock, that they would do that.
They were not going to lose any of the bets
No,
with their,
not a
with their fake online
chance.
currency that they had
Not
to pay
a
to get into the
chance.
whatever the tournaments were.
Exactly. Not a chance they're losing a game. But, yeah, like I said, this is the best game you've gotten from Schlonkers. Swamp Donkey has had some chances, but I think Bloomington would be more served better if they simplified how they're playing the game. They're trying to play a little bit too fancy, going for stuff that, I mean, you saw a chance for Swamp Donkey in the midfield. He chooses to go off the backboard. I really wish he would have just popped the ball up and taken a flip shot, and I still may have caught out Schlonkers here. He doesn't. That defense gonna turn the ball away. Schlonkers collects, gets over ISO and Irish here last back. Good rate rotation from Omaha to turn that away and gets the corner boost. Irish, good touch. ISO is demoed. Sear gets the beat on Schlonkers. The demos are going to mean nothing if the ball isn't in a favorable position for Bloomington. 10 seconds. That's going to stay up. ISO, though, kicks
Good
it back
touch.
over top of his teammate.
Could it be
Swamp
bad,
Donkey's
though?
shot is saved by Irish. 2 seconds. Swamp Donkey, can he keep it up? No, the ball will hit the ground. A double fake from the Omaha Buffalo will win them the series in 3. A clean sweep, and it's 3 out of 4 sweeps tonight.
Yeah. I mean, just those last few moments were so chaotic for the Maulers. I mean, Schlonkers, was the only one back for the Maulers. He had carried the ball, to the Buffalo side. The next support, there was just no support. I mean, I looked back, and I mean, the closest person was, somewhat close to their goal line, Stewie. I mean, they just had no faith at the end there. They had just played for, a clear over a teammate. But at that point, if you're down by 1, you got to trust that your teammate can do something. You've got to be there in case it's there. And they had no faith at all. And they were not there, clearly. And they had a chance to tie the game. Of course, it's a big ask to win that one in a potential overtime. And then on top of that, win the next 2 games, Stewie. But yeah, unfortunate for the Maulers. Not the best look for them. We love the game leaving and switching scenes. But we love OBS.
Love it when we do that. That's just awesome. Love it. Love it.
But I mean, Buffalo look incredible. I mean, that last game was definitely doable for the Maulers, but I mean, those first 2 games were out of the question. The Buffaloes to take, and they're definitely the better team tonight, and they look very good for that one move. Even though they're last place, or they were last place in the standings,
they're going to be up. They're going to be last place anymore.
Nope.
I mean, with that one move, like we said, is just really. They did well to take control. They didn't let Bloomington even have a prayer. And we ended off the night with 2 sweeps in a row. And like Jason Wolf is saying, he plays for the Bloomington Maulers and Challenger. He said, just move on. And you can't do everything perfect. You're not going to have a perfect series every single time, but you do need to, he gave himself a chance, but I really think that,
it shouldn't have had to come down to you down by 2, games and down by 1 goal with, limited time remaining. Like, you can't expect them to be able to execute there if they got themselves in that situation a majority of the time. Maybe 1 out of 5-6 tries they do it. But not today, not tonight for them. And yeah, I mean, Buffalo, again, just the better team, look really good with the addition of Sear. Wendy, who originally was teammates with Sear, would have played him if he was playing tonight for Bloomington, as Wendy and Obama Has My Car have the same exact salary, so can't really separate them in terms of sub. I think Obama is still technically their sub, as Wendy has been the third for multiple teams. But yeah, unfortunate week for them. They played a really good team tonight, and they couldn't get it done. And that's the final matchup of the night, Stewie.
Yeah, it was, and it was a good one for that matter. Earlier on in the night, we saw Burnsville 3-0 Green Bay at 6. Then the rematch, or the second matchup for Burnsville didn't go their way. They lost 3-1 to St. Cloud, and then Brainerd taking down St. Paul in a quick sweep, and then Omaha taking down Bloomington in a quick sweep, Brock. So we got some quick, clean Rocket League, and we appreciate you joining us for some more Rising Star action. This was week number 5. We're going to jump tomorrow to Challenger for week 5, some more Rocket League, and starting off tonight again with Burnsville and Green Bay in the Challenger scene. So 2 very talented teams in Challenger. You've got Burnsville sitting at 12th actually, but they have some very good Challenger players, Brock. And also I said the Green Bay Knights, who are sitting in 5th, 4-3. So you've got one team trying to make up some ground, but obviously we have some large ties in Challenger and Rising Star, and even in Premier. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. For some more Challenger action.